The first pricing strategy that we will be talking about is the market skimming approach. And the classic example is the company Apple. Now, we all know that whenever a new iPhone model is launched, it is priced at a very high rate. And subsequently, its price is reduced. So this is exactly what the market skimming approach is all about. Charging high prices for a new and different product that has little direct competition. So the new product will have new features, and as such, it doesn't have a direct competition when it is launched. Early adopters are willing to pay. So the first customers are willing to purchase this particular product at a premium. And once this level is saturated, which level? The premium customers level is saturated, the price is reduced to attract that part of the market that has not been exploited. These products have a short life cycle and hence development cost should be quickly recovered. So this can be done by charging a premium from the first customers. Now moving on to the next pricing strategy, namely penetration pricing. One of the classic examples of penetration pricing is Uber. Now, before Uber was introduced, we used to depend on the traditional taxis. Traditional taxis, we had to call the taxi company's dispatch center to arrange for a pickup. But Uber was quite different because it was a mobile app. It was new, it was different, it was using technology, there was ease of access. So even though it was a new and innovative product, it did not charge a premium from the customers. It charged a rate which was much lower than the rate which was charged by traditional taxis. And in that manner, it could capture the market at these low prices. So that is what penetration pricing is all about. Charging low prices when a new product is initially launched in order to gain rapid acceptance of the product. Once market share is achieved, prices are increased. Now Uber, though it has established itself in the market, it has not increased the prices just like that. What it indulges in is surge pricing. What do you mean by surge pricing? When the demand is very high, then the rates are doubled. And it gives a notification to the customer whether they accept the higher fare or they should be notified when the surge ends. But for other products which uses the penetration pricing strategy, they increase the prices once they have established themselves in the market. Now, we will look into the circumstances which favor a penetration policy. First of all, to increase the market share. It is very easy to capture the market if we lower the prices. To discourage new entrants from entering the market. Now, if our price itself is very low, then it will discourage new entrants into the market because they will incur loss if they sell it at that rate. Significant economies of scale from high volume. So, how do we get the profit? We get the profit by increasing the sales volume. So, because of the increased sales volume, the profit also increases and demand is highly elastic and responds well to low prices. Now, in certain cases, even if we lower the prices, if the demand does not increase, then there's no point in reducing the prices. Now, take the case of Tata Nano. Tata Nano, which was a car which is introduced in India at a very low price, but it failed to capture the market because car is supposed to be a status symbol. So when the prices of car was lowered, it was regarded as a poor man's car. It was not regarded as a status symbol. So the demand did not increase as expected, even though the price was reduced. Now moving on to the next pricing strategy, that is product line pricing strategy. Now what do you mean by product line? Is a range of products related to one another. Now, an example of product line pricing strategy, we could again take the example of Uber. Whenever you open the Uber app, you get recommendations for choosing your ride. So, there are various price ranges given for the same ride depending on the comfort, and each customer can choose the particular ride which suits his pocket. So this is known as product line pricing strategy. setting different prices for upgrades of a product or service within the same product line. Now, moving to the next pricing strategy, namely complementary product pricing. Now, what do you mean by complementary products? Complementary products are typically used together. Example, printer and cartridge. Now, if you see the pricing of an HP printer, it is priced at 5,299 rupees. And its cartridge costs 1,718 rupees. It's 1/3 of the price of the original product. That is, once you replace a cartridge 3 times, then it equates to the price of the main product. This is the strategy which is adopted in complementary product pricing. One product is priced at a relatively low figure and the other product is priced at a high figure. Now moving on to the next pricing strategy, namely volume discounting. Let's take a quick look at one of the promotions of Adidas and Pizza Hut. What has been shown? For Adidas, the promotion is buy more, get more. Buy for rupees 10,000 and get merchandise worth rupees 2,000 free. So what does this ad indicate? They are asking you to buy for 10,000 rupees, for which you will get a discount. Now let's take the case of Pizza Hut. Buy one, get one offer. So here again, they are asking you to buy more for getting a discount. So this is exactly what volume discounting is all about. Lowering the price when the customer purchases higher quantity. This enables stock clearance and helps to achieve economies of scale. Now, what do you mean by economies of scale? When we are selling in bulk, we can buy it in bulk also. We can buy the raw materials also in bulk, which means that the supplier will give us a discount. So obviously, we get this economies of scale. Now, the conditions suitable for a volume discounting pricing strategy is substantial sales margins, that profits are made even after discounting. That is, because the sales margin is high, even if discounts are given, the company will still be making profits. Now, the second condition is product is bought on price and is difficult to distinguish from competing items. Now, what do you mean by product is bought on price? It means that the customers are guided only by the price of the product. They are not guided by any brand. They are not guided by the appearance of the product. All they are worried about is the price. So once they get a discount, they will immediately jump on that opportunity and purchase that product. So that is an essential condition that is required for a volume discounting pricing strategy to be effective. Products with a limited shelf life, example, fashion items may be discounted because just to enable stock clearance. Now moving to the next pricing strategy, namely price discrimination. Now a classic example of a company which employs price discrimination is Netflix. It means that selling the same product or service at different prices in different markets for reasons not associated with cost. So to understand this better, let's see the prices charged by Netflix in USA and in India. So the subscription plan for USA is given here and the subscription plan for India is given here. Let's compare the premium plan of USA with India. In USA, it is priced at 22.99 per month and in India, it is priced at 649 per month. Now, if you take the US dollar to the rupee conversion rate, 1 USD is equal to rupees 82.97. So I'm just converting this 22.99 in rupee terms. So multiplied by 82.97, we get an equivalent of 1,907 rupees. But is that the rate at which the premium plan is selling in India? No, it's being priced at just rupees 649, almost 1/3 of the price at which it is selling in USA. Now, what is the reason for this difference? Now, the Indian people are more budget conscious and they wouldn't fall for this 1,907 rupees. If at all Netflix fixes the monthly subscription plan at rupees 1907 in India, then Indians will say goodbye to Netflix. And Netflix knows that. So basically, based on the purchasing power or the mindset of the consumers, the companies adopt price discrimination. Now, one of the dangers of price discrimination is black market may develop, allowing those in a lower priced segment to resell to those in a higher priced segment. For any company which is adopting a price discrimination policy, there is a possibility that a black market can develop because there could be certain people who could take advantage of the price differences that is existing between different regions. Now, moving to the next pricing strategy, namely cost plus pricing. This is a fairly straightforward pricing strategy. Cost plus the margin or markup is equal to selling price. That is, you're adding a certain percentage to the cost and you're arriving at the selling price. Simple. So this cost can be marginal cost, absorption cost, or life cycle cost. So it will be specified in the question what cost you're supposed to take. Now, markup is always calculated on cost and the margin is calculated on selling price. So we will do a small illustration so that the idea will be clear. Now, a product has got an absorption cost of $21. Markup is 20%. What is the selling price? So we already know that cost plus markup gives the selling price. We know that the cost is $21 and the markup is 20%. And we know that markup is always calculated on cost. So it is $21 multiplied by 20% is the markup. So we get 21 plus 4.2 or the selling price is 25.2. Or you could also write 21, that's the cost, multiplied by 120%, which is the markup. You will get the very same answer, 25.2. This is the case when markup is given in the question. Now, if the question is worded differently, a product has an absorption cost of $21, margin is 14%. What is the selling price? So we know that cost plus margin, which is calculated on selling price, is equal to the selling price. Now, if the selling price is 100, then the margin will be 14% of 100. So I'm writing margin as 14, which means that the cost is 86. How did I get 86? It is 100 minus 14. So whenever margin is given in the question, please equate the selling price to 100 and establish the relationship between the cost, the margin and the selling price. In this case, if the cost is $86, the profit or the margin will be $14 and the selling price will be $100. Now, once you have established this relationship, we will get back to the question. So now calculating the selling price on a cost of $21. So this cost of $21 is equivalent to 86. So what is 100? So it is 21, which is the cost, which is equivalent to 86 multiplied by 100. That is how you arrive at the selling price when the margin is given. So the selling price is 24.4. So always look out whether it is markup or margin which is given in the question. Now moving to the last pricing strategy, namely relevant cost pricing. Here the relevant costs are taken for arriving at the cost of a contract or product. It is suitable for one-off decisions because in the long run, fixed costs have to be considered. Now, I am not dwelling deeper into this topic because the only thing that you have to bear in mind for relevant cost pricing is the topic relevant cost. We already have, I think, 3 videos related to relevant cost. So it is a very same logic that you have to apply. Whenever you have to arrive at the relevant cost, it is 3 features that you have to take into consideration. It should be a cash flow, it should be related to future, and it should be incremental or differential. That is, it should be an additional expense. Any doubts, please refer to the relevant cost videos. So that's it about pricing strategies. Stay tuned for the recap ahead.